Good morning to one and all. So today I welcome you for the today's morning session for metal cutting and forming. So today we'll be discussing about milling operations, the module 2 in that milling operations and milling cutters. Okay. So milling cutters and milling operations. You all can see this peripheral milling, face milling, end milling, and these are the types of millings. You all can see the spindle, end mill. You all can see the shape of that end mill, and above that is a shank, and above that there is a spindle. Okay, so this type it will be a milling cutters. Okay, some basic types of milling cutters. These are the some basic types of milling cutters. Okay, these are the some basic types of milling cutters and milling operations. Peripheral milling, second one is face milling, third one is end milling, and D1, that is this is ball end mill with indexable coated carbide inserts. This is the insert. Okay, you all can see whatever I am marking that or circling that is nothing but a insert. Okay, it will be in a triangular shape. Inserts machining cavity in a die block, and this is E1, that is milling a sculptured surface with an end mill using a 5-axis numerical control machine. Control machine, that is nothing but a CNC machine. Okay, Courtesy of SCAR, courtesy of Ingersoll Milling Company. Okay, these are the milling cutters. Okay, so next we'll be discussing about the milling operations. Okay, milling operations, in that these are the at the two sides, these are the cutter wheels, and the workpiece is below that cutter wheel. Okay, and we have shown the conventional milling and climb milling over here. Okay, and you all can see the diameter D. These are the parameters. You all can say diameter D of the cutter wheel and speed N. Okay, and here also you can see the cutter and the workpiece is placed. Okay, so the schematic illustration of conventional milling and climb milling is shown in figure A, and in figure B, that is lap milling operation, showing depth of cut D feed for feed per tooth, and F chip depth of cut, and TC and the workpiece speed V, and the schematic illustration of cutter travel distance is shown in figure C. Okay, so next we'll be moving with milling operations. Slab milling, conventional milling, up milling. Okay, in that you can say you will gain maximum chip thickness at the end of the cut. After cutting the material or the workpiece, you will get maximum chip thickness at the end of the cut. And advantage of using this is tooth engagement is not a function of workpiece surface characteristics, and the contamination of or scale on the surface does not affect the tool life. You are getting what I am telling? What is the advantage? Tool engagement is not a function of workpiece surface characteristics, and contamination or scale on the workpiece does not affect the tool life. And third one is cutting process is smooth. Okay, cutting process is smooth. And fourth one is tendency for the tool to chatter. And for fifth one is the workpiece has a tendency to be pulled upward, necessitating proper clamping. Understood? So next we will be discussing about face milling operations. Okay. Face milling operations. These are the face milling operations. You all can see the insert, whatever I have to as I said in the previous slide, it will be in a triangular position. You all can see the yellow color, which is a insert. You have to place it with a screw. It is tightened with the screw. Insert. Insert is nothing but a small tool which removes the material from the workpiece. Okay, these are the face milling operations showing action of an insert in face milling, climb milling, conventional milling, dimensions in face milling. Okay, so the cutter is mounted on a spindle whose axis rotation is perpendicular to the workpiece. The LC is equal to D by 2. So next we will be discussing about face milling cutter with indexable inserts. As of I have said in the previous slides, the inserts, you all can see the inserts. These are the inserts fixed to this wheel. You all can see this is wheel or the cutter wheel. You all can see to the cutter wheel. This all is the system of cutter wheel, but to the cutter wheel the inserts are placed. You all can see the shape of the insert, as if I have said, the shape of the insert will be like this. Okay. This is the shape of the insert. Okay, in this way it will be, or it may be so. This portion above and bottom we are using. This portion above and bottom. This also above and bottom. So how many sides are there for insert? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 sides are there. This all can be used as per our requirements. Okay. So face milling is the milling of the surfaces that are perpendicular to the cutter axis as shown in figure. Okay, face milling produces flat surfaces and machining machines work to the required length. In face milling, the feed can either be horizontal or vertical. Okay, it can be horizontal or vertical. In face milling, the teeth on the periphery of the cutter do practically all of the cutting. However, when the cutter is properly ground, the face teeth actually remove a small amount of stock which is left as a result of springing of the workpiece or the cutter, thereby producing a finer finish. Okay, it is important in face milling to have a cutter securely mounted and to see that all end play or sloppiness in the machine. This is very important thing while fixing of the cutter. It should be in a play position or properly fixed so that it won't affect the workpiece also. Okay, next we will be discussing about these are the face milling cutters. Face milling cutter, you all can see the face milling cutter will be in this way. This is the end relief we have shown here, and this is the axial rake and the corner angle and end cutting edge angle. This is the end cutting edge angle and this is the corner angle from the wheel to this position. Okay, and peripheral relief, radial relief, and these are the radial relief. Okay, next we will be discussing effect of insert you all can see the effect of insert shape on feed marks on a face milled surface. Okay, these are the inserts, with a small radius, feed marks. Okay, how the insert will be having contact with the workpiece, it is shown. Okay, corner radius and corner flat, and here wiper, and this you all can see, this is the cutter and this is the insert which the cutter is fixed. Okay. Hmm? And below that is a workpiece, you all can see. Next we'll be discussing about types of milling operations. So first one is plane or slab milling, second face milling, third one end milling, next is side milling, angular milling, form milling, straddle milling, gang milling, and gear cutting. Okay, so first of all we'll discuss about plane or slab milling. In that you all can see the plane milling is also called as surface milling or slab milling, which is a milling flat surface with the milling cutter axis parallel to the surface being milled. Okay, next we'll be discussing about face milling. Face milling, this is the workpiece and this is the cutter, you all can see. This curved shape is known as a cutter. Okay, face milling is the milling of surfaces that are perpendicular to the cutter axis. Face milling produces flat surfaces and machines work to the required length. In face milling, the feed can be either horizontal or vertical. Next, end milling. A rotating cutting tool having a cylindrical shank with the teeth at the end, used for machining the faces and sides of the metal pieces and other objects. We use end milling. This is the end milling. Next, side milling. Side milling, you all can see the arrow mark shown here. Side milling, the cutter will be moving at the side of this workpiece. The process of milling surfaces that are at right angles to the axis of rotation of the cutter with a side milling cutter. Okay, next one we'll be discussing about the angular milling. Angular milling, you all can see here, the cutter is in a angular position. Okay, and where arbor is fixed here, and below that there is a workpiece. So then machining of a flat surface at an angle other than the right angle to the axis of rolling cutter. Next one will be form milling. So form milling cutter, you all can see the shape of the form milling cutter. How is it? Form milling is the process of machining special counter composed or of curves and straight lines or entirely of curves. It is in a curved shape. You all can see it is in a curved shape. Okay, so form milling, it is in a curved shape. You all can see at the single cut it will take a curve shape. This is done with the formed milling cutter shape to the counter to be cut. Next one will be straddle milling. So when two or more parallel vertical surfaces are machined at a single cut, the operation is called as straddle milling. Okay, two or more parallel vertical surfaces are machined at a single cut. At a single cut it is machined. So then the operation is known as straddle cutting. Next one, gang milling. Gang milling is the term applied to an operation in which two or more milling cutters are mounted on the same arbor. So you all can see this is the arbor. On same arbor, two milling cutters are mounted and used when the cutting horizontal surfaces. Okay. So with this we stop today's class. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can call me. Thank you for the today's session.